up?
Hello, everybody. This is the one. This is
This is
the video.
the,
Meme is
the,
dead.
the legendary, the fabled Pokemon video.
Yes,
This
fabled
shit-
among all 6 of us that watch this. But
this shit was so delayed that the meme isn't even gonna make sense because Flair's upload order is gonna be wrong.
it's all right.
And like it's gonna actually come earlier than we actually recorded it.
Right. So, for those of you who don't understand what's going on, this is our Pokemon rant. All of us are very seasoned Pokemon players. We've been playing the game for a very long time. Me especially. I've been playing since I was 4 years old.
We literally met over a decade ago, and it was because of Pokemon.
Yeah. I personally have been playing the game since I was 4. I started with the original, and I have been playing ever since. So,
my first Pokemon game was actually Mystery Dungeon. It was PMD2.
That's
Wait,
cool.
really? I didn't
That's
even
actually
know that.
kind of sick.
Interesting.
So yeah,
Then I played Platinum.
I want to address a few how should I say concerns that I have with the newer generation of games, primarily generations 6 to 7, 6, 7, and 8 rather. But I also want to put out a disclaimer that this is not in any way, shape, or form a video ranting about the people making the game, the Pokemon Company, Game Freak, nobody working on the game itself. This is just strictly the product that we're talking about. I don't want anybody like taking this out of context and saying that, hey, we're bashing the people that made the game, because making a game is hard. It is, and I completely understand if some things had to be done the way they were meant to be done. That being said, that doesn't mean I have to be okay with what was done. So, without further ado, let's begin. Starting with, I had to take a sip. What I think is the most primary concern for a lot of people, Dexit. This is we are starting off very strong just because it is the most prominent issue. I want to save more well-constructed thoughts on my part for the end, but Dexit is pretty much self-explanatory. If anyone else wants to talk, I'm gonna take a few sips of my Coca-Cola.
So, what does everyone think the reason why there were all the Pokemon weren't available from the start?
You see, it's such an anomaly. Like, there's really not much to.
I mean, at the end of the day, Game Freak is still a business. So if there was any intention to dex it, it was for the DLC. It was for money. That is the most common denominator. There are other reasons you can suggest, and I would absolutely agree with. That's just the easiest one you can point out.
Well, I mean, adding the Pokemon itself is free. Like, it's just like the new areas.
Oh, it's not bundled with.
No, like there's like the free update portion, and then like the DLC is like the actual, like the Isle of Armor or whatever. But of course, like those DLC places usually have the Pokemon that weren't in, like the new Pokemon.
Yeah, but you could still get the new Pokemon via trade, even though you don't have the DLC.
I actually never bought Isle of Armor just because I was so tapped out of the game at that point.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how it works in game. I know
that's what they did with the legendaries.
I think the new places they add in the DLC have the new Pokemon that were missing.
Yeah, but I don't know if correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you can actually get the new Pokemon unless you get the Isle of Armor DLC.
I'll take a minute to look that up because I suggest.
I thought the Pokemon like were free, like putting the Pokemon.
Well, if that's the case, then there's literally no reason to.
Well, you could transfer from home.
Get like.
That's the only other.
Oh yeah, we should talk about that later.
Yeah, we will. Right now we're talking about Dexit, but if the Pokemon itself, like getting them into your game without the Isle of Armor DLC via trading from someone who does have the Isle of Armor DLC, if you can get those Pokemon in your main game, then there is literally no reason for Dexit in the first place. Like, it's just no. Like, that's just not how that works.
I pretty firmly believe it's just because they could not have all the Pokemon programmed.
Right, but then they were able to, and people actually did find the files for every Pokemon in the base game. as far as I know.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I think like programming the Pokemon in the game actually is kind of different
These
than just having the
Pokemon
model.
can only be called.
Because they have the model, but
sorry.
they don't have like the stuff to work with. I don't know. It's just really weird.
I was reading the Isle of Armor content. Uh, you can get the Pokemon included, but you can't catch them yourself. So if you only own Sword or Shield, yeah, you would have to get the Isle of Armor expansion to catch them yourself without
Okay,
external.
but you can get them via trade.
Or
You
just
can
like
get them via trade, but you are still able to
transferring them
complete
from
the
your
deck.
old files.
Yeah. So that
still
alone, it
dependent
just
on
makes no sense why they wouldn't just give us the Pokemon that they were intending for DLCs in the first place, because like they made it so you can get them for free anyway. So like, what was the
I'm
point of?
hesitant to say that's a free download, so I would still say that's like a type of paywall, because otherwise you got to go through loops and hurdles.
Yeah.
And home doesn't
Paywall
really
either way, yeah.
I don't know. At first I like when they first revealed that they weren't going to put all the Pokemon in, I was like whatever, like, but then they took away a lot of like really like loved Pokemon by a lot of people, like Garchomp and like just overall a lot of fan favorites. Like cutting, like, you have to understand that like when you have a Pokemon game and you have all these Pokemon in it, people who have been playing this game for a very, very long time are going to want their favorites in the game, regardless of if they're going to use them in the game or not. They just want them because it's their favorite Pokemon.
And the Whiplash was so like weird because they'd had Gen 5, right? And Gen 5 was like basically a soft reset. Like you didn't get any old Pokemon until literally the post game in Black and White one. And
Yeah.
all the Gen runners complain. They're like, give me my old Pokemon, give me my old teams, blah blah blah.
Trash bag.
So
Yeah.
trash bag, yada yada yada. So they rubber banded back to in like Gen 6, and like half of the national decks in Kalos was old Pokemon. And it's kind of the same for Alola.
And now they can't stop
And-
another
and-
issue.
and they just cut Gen 1 like got a lot cut in Sword and Shield. It's just a really weird decision.
The
Yeah,
Gen 1 pandering.
And so they were kind of they were kind of screwed
It was
no matter what, because with the amount of Pokemon they were going to cut, they were going to cut some fan favorites. So like we're complaining that certain Pokemon got cut. That was gonna happen either way. Just
Yeah, like
Dexter
it doesn't
and
matter. Like
Pikachu.
it doesn't matter that like my favorite Pokemon's Volcarona. It's in the DLC, sure, but like it wasn't in the base game. And I know that Infernape is not in the game right now, which is Maka's favorite. Darkrai is not in the game, which is X's favorite. Which that's a legendary Pokemon though, so we're probably gonna get it. It's just like, it's not the fact that our favorites got cut. It's the fact that no matter if you cut a Pokemon or not, even if it's like Trubbish or Vanillux or Pokemon that people complain about, there is going to be someone, Iron, that's going to love that Pokemon.
Actually, I have one other thing I have to say is like, the main reason it makes me upset is mainly because well, I know we already said that, but like, I know we had a disclaimer at the beginning, but like, Game Freak had these really half-baked responses as to why they have the Pokemon cut, and it was stuff like because they wanted to balance the competitive scene when
even though Gen 8 competitive is like the worst so far, probably
Nah.
it's up there.
Well, actually, since you bring that up, you think they intentionally implemented Dexit just to shape the meta to bring new Pokemon into the spotlight?
No, well,
I mean, they succeeded in that front because we had
they-
before the DLC came out, we actually had top tier threats like Seismitoad and Rotom Heat came into the mix because of heavy duty boots. And this is just from a competitive standpoint. This isn't like from a whole game standpoint. This is strictly from the like the VGC and like the Smogon type of mindset that we're going for.
I hear you, but this is like, I'm trying to think from a semi-casual experience, like not pure like 10-year-olds playing the game for the first time. I'm talking like people that play competitive like with close friends, not go to tournaments. it would stand reason why they would like hold back Pokemon that like Landorus Therian just because they were everywhere. Why they would take away the Megas, even though I still think that is a terrible, terrible idea. Why they would take away all these superstars that basically win the game on their own or make it so that you have to build teams to counter that one specific option. But to go the way they went with Dex, it still killed a lot. It still took away too many Pokemon people love. Like, what was the point of taking away stuff like exclusive moves, or Pokemon that people like Iron would like?
And
Hidden
that all
power.
didn't matter in the long run because then they announced DLC that brought those Pokemon back in.
Again,
Yeah.
I believe they just did not have all the Pokemon ready, and they just had to kind of funnel them in slowly.
Perhaps
over
they were
time.
rushed by another bad thing that we're going to talk about.
Actually, can we talk about Gen 1 pandering a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah, but
first?
I'm just listing a few things. Let's talk about Gen 1 pandering first. We'll come back to the Pokemon Company later. I know I said I wasn't
No,
going to
I'll
bash
start.
them, but there are some issues that we need to address with them. But anyway, Gen 1 pandering.
So, how far back would you say it goes?
Gen 1.
No. I think it was the most prominent in Gen 5.
What?
I'm sorry, I cut out. I saw it in Discord. I think it's the most prominent
Before Gen 6.
in Gen 5.
Oh.
What?
Gen 5?
I think it was the most prominent in like from Gen 5 into Gen 6, like that transitionary period. Because it started, right? The pandering from the Gen 1ers,
Actually, not the pandering itself,
my
but
Charizard, like. So that's when, and then like it was actually like such a vocal statement in Gen 5. It's like, why can't I use why can't I use this Pokemon? Why can't I use that Pokemon? Where can I get it? I can't get it now. What the fuck, Game Freak?
Yeah, I knew a lot of people around that time who said they hated Black and White because they didn't like any of the new Pokemon.
Bro, and
which
here's the
they
thing.
had around.
When I first played the Black and White, I didn't care. Because I was too fixated on the new graphics, the cool animated fights, the move designs, how fast everything was going. It was amazing.
It's a good game.
Yeah, it's a great game. Play Gen 5. But anyway, obviously,
Gen 6.
the Pokemon Company and Game Freak took notice of this. And in the immediate generation, when we got all these really cool leaks about the first 3D Pokemon game, and like the first mainstream 3D, like the first main console Pokemon game in
First
3D.
mainstream 3D Pokemon game, yeah.
Sure. We were getting mega leaks. We were getting this and that. It was like, holy shit. And it was almost entirely Gen 1.
Yeah.
Like,
Was it? I mean,
yeah.
It
Listen,
was.
you
It
ready?
really was.
Neon, I'm
Like,
going,
a
hold on.
majority,
I
Not the
remember the
Megas
first
or Gen
Mega
1.
Evolution
I mean,
ever
freaking
released. Only
freaking
Mewtwo was like
Charizard.
only
Okay,
got
y'all are
two.
talking
All
over each
Kanto
other. We need to
starters-
like.
All Kanto starters got one. Charizard got two because it's freaking Charizard. Mewtwo got two.
Okay, hold on. Just give me 1 second.
Let Fleur list it.
I'm going to list off all of the Gen 1 Mega Evolutions that we have. Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, Alakazam, Gengar, Kangaskhan, Pinsir, Gyarados, Aerodactyl, and Mewtwo. That's 10 from Gen 1.
How many Megas are there total?
Not counting auras.
That's not counting
Counting
Oras.
Oras.
That was just an X and
Oh.
Y. If you want to scroll down a little bit on this page, in
Fedora is
in
smaller.
Oras you got Beedrill, Pidgeot, and Slowbro. So that's 13.
How many Megas were there total?
Total megas we have. So it was 10 and 11.
I could be wrong. I think I am.
Wasn't it like 48 or something?
Oh, so I was close.
Like counting auras.
Yeah.
43.
And 10 in Generation 6 is an eye like a raised eyebrow. You
Okay,
know, it's
that's
like,
30% of the
we're
Megas.
doing it.
In 30% of the Megas were Gen 1.
30%. Guess how many megas we got for Gen 5?
Why?
One.
What do
One.
you know?
Guess how many we got for Gen 6?
See, well, one.
One.
Ding, ding,
Gen 6 didn't even get a mega for any of the new
generation.
Pokemon in the
Oh,
generation
yeah,
that the
for
Mega
Pokemon.
Evolution debuted in. because they were
Yeah,
too busy adding so many Generation 1 megas to appease the Gen 1ers.
Though futile, I do have one counter argument to that, if it's worth pointing out.
So
We're going into Generation 6 from the preceding Generation 5. You think it would have been too soon for any of them to get a Mega
I
Evolution?
mean, they gave Gigantamax forms to Pokemon in Gen 8, so like.
Yeah,
No.
that point is moot. Like you want to talk about like, oh, let's
I'm not defending that Gen 1 got.
you make
too,
this okay, hold on. You
I'm
make
not defending
this
Gen 1 in that regard. I'm just saying would have been too soon for the majority of them. In the preceding game, Auras, I would have expected anything for them, and getting just Audino is a flick in the nuts. So yeah.
Okay, now as I was saying, if you're going to introduce a concept like, okay, Gen 7 did it right with Z moves, right? As much as I can't believe I just said that, but the Gen 7 starters had special Z moves for them, which incentivized you to go and try and use these Z moves, which was good. Gen 6 starters didn't have megas.
We did get a pretty cool Greninja, though.
We got an Ash Greninja, but that was at the end of Auras into Sun and Moon.
Actually, that was in Sun and Moon.
In Sun and Moon, the demo specifically.
Yeah.
So
With Mega Glalie, I remember.
So it was just like, the fuck? Where was my Mega Chestnut? My Mega Delphox? Mega Greninja? Like, we could have had those, but no. We got Gen 1 starters with Megas. And then some of them even had multiple Mega forms.
it's so fucking.
Specifically, the only Pokemon that have 2 Mega forms are from Gen 1.
Exactly. Hell, for let's take a look at Latios and Latias. Their Megas are practically the same.
Literally, and no, they are the same.
The
They
only
were the
difference
same.
is the eye color.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. Latios has red eyes and Latias has yellow eyes. Other
Yeah,
than
you're
that,
right.
it's the exact same sprite. They
Eyes
couldn't
are
they
shiny,
couldn't even differentiate the Megas for anything other than Gen 1 because they were too busy working on them.
It's weird because like Gen 6 is the only generation that does this. Like for Gen for Gen 5 it introduced like the seasonal shit out of what you had Sawsbuck at Gen 5 Pokemon, which represented that because Sawsbuck had the seasonal changes and stuff. For Gen 8 with the Dynamax stuff, you had like what's the region name? Galar. You had Galarian Pokemon that Dynamax. But Gen 6 Pokemon weren't the stars of the Gen 6 features. Like it's so weird, dude.
Yeah, the best they get with just all those unconventional evolution methods, like holding your 3DS upside down.
Yeah.
And the best part about Gen 6 not getting Megas is that the one that did, which is Diancie, was an event. And it was in Auras. It wasn't even in X and Y.
Yeah, like when X and Y came out, there were no Gen 6 Megas.
Oh yeah, what about the spin-offs? There's a lot of Gen 1 pandering in those too.
Weird in Gen 6, but now with the context of Gen 8 and seeing how they handled Dynamax, Gen 6 is weird, dude. Kalos is fucked.
Yeah,
It is.
it is. It's not that good, but
I'd like to think that Gen 8 tried to like, it's trying to like build off of like what Pokemon Go established, the kind of fan base they built, as well as what Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee tried to do as well. Like not in the actual gameplay, God, that would have been awful.
oh yeah,
But like having those raid bosses, trying to have all these locales and people joining together to fight, having a select amount of Pokemon that get these what feel like just accessories, alt stuff like you would find in a friggin' gacha. Yeah,
And-
no, Gen 8 is fucking polarizing.
So like, going back to wait, what was my thought process just now? I kind of forgot what I was gonna
Talking
say.
about how Generation
All right.
6 wasn't even the start of their own
Yeah,
show.
I got the perfect way to encapsulate that statement. All right, they were so not confident. What's the word for that?
Unconfident.
Yeah, they were so unconfident of Gen 6 that after you got your starter, like your Gen 6 starter, like not even an hour into the game,
Gen
they
1!
say, "Here's Kanto starters. Please."
Also,
take-
here's a Mega Stone for those Kanto starters.
Please love our game.
Please Please love our game. That's literally that is.
Oh, I remember what I
literally
was gonna
the thing.
say. Gen 1 also got an additional remake before Gen 4 did as an
Oh, yeah, Gen 1
introductory
got
game
2
to the
remakes.
Switch. Gen 1 got 2 remakes. And the second one just tried to incorporate the mobile app into the game, which it's different. Yes. It was fine. I actually kind of enjoyed playing LGPE a little bit, you know. I got to throw my Pokeball at Pokemon. It was cool. But
Right.
But like you could have just done that in Gen 8. I feel like if you really wanted to, like you had the technology to do it.
That would have been riskier and
Yeah,
probably had
it's just
more
like,
like.
maybe an optional thing you could do.
Kinda
is don't-
when
Yeah,
you-
like a
another
feature to turn
thing,
on
put the ball in- put the ball forward, so.
instead of using like Gigantamax. Like that. Like I don't know. I do not like the Dynamax Gigantamax thing going on. It's just big Pokemon. Speaking of Dynamax and Gigantamax, Charizard got one, Blastoise got one, Venusaur got one. More Gen 1 pandering.
It just feels like a mechanic. That
Pikachu and Meowth got one.
Yeah, it makes Pikachu look like freaking Chunk Pikachu from the original.
Of the old Pikachu, yeah.
The only good
I love it.
Gigantamax Pokemon.
Isn't Gigantamax just kind of like a compact?
Guys,
No, Gigantamax.
more Gen 1 pandering. So, I don't know if y'all forgot, but every single Alolan Pokemon was from Gen 1.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we got a little
Oh, yeah,
Geodude,
we could have
Diglett, Meowth.
Literally all of like Sun and Moon was all just referencing Kanto.
Also,
Going way-
also,
going way
I'm.
back
Wait a
then.
minute. I'm pretty sure all the Galar forms are Gen 1 too.
No.
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 No,
Because you
Galar-
got Yamask and
Yeah, Yamask.
But it-
They actually branched out a little bit more.
These guys just talk over each other constantly. It's hilarious.
Sorry.
And now they all shut up.
Which one of you fuckers is going first?
I don't know.
I already saw what I
Only
had to
you fuckers didn't believe hard enough.
No,
Anyway,
seriously.
wow. Okay, good.
So where were we actually?
I don't know.
We were talking. Oh, God,
We were still on Gen 1 pandering.
Yeah.
Pandering, yeah.
I
Okay,
think
what-
that's about it, right?
Hey, while you get your thoughts together, I'm gonna do a thing. So I don't know. We're kind of on it right now. So let me type it out just to make this a little bit easier to organize. That's kind of above. So I'll just add stuff to this as we go through the categories. And
While you're doing that, I wanted to bring up before where going back when Flair mentioned like where things went wrong or where the Gen 1 pandering started. My vote was that it was more towards the Orash and then later Gen 7 era, just because of how Alolans and Galarians were handled. Because in defense of the Mega Evolutions, I do believe that despite like the 13 that Kanto got, there was still plenty of others for the other Pokemon between the other 4 out of 5 generations. And Generation 5 was the preceding game, so there was still no guarantee of like how competitively, for as little of an argument that is, honestly, everyone would have placed, because you still had Pokemon like Hydreigon and such. It would have been too soon. Point being, Alolan and Galarian forms were just bullshit. Alolan forms especially, they were all Kanto. So it was pretty evident from then on, like,
Oh,
they were just catching all.
which sucks.
I actually have one that I don't know if everybody agrees on, but
What's up?
what
We
are your
probably
thoughts?
do.
What are your thoughts on the low number of new Pokemon in recent games?
I'm fine with it, to be honest.
I
That's
don't really care to be honest.
I don't like it, but that's gonna happen because they have a limited amount of time, as they always do, and they have to spend more time doing other crap.
That's a
Yeah.
hard one to really fall
I
from.
Unfortunate reality.
Like, it's just because like the way I see it is having a lower number of Pokemon for your like
You're
not
yeah.
regional decks, but like for each generation means you have to rely on older
Throw in
generation
some older
Pokemon.
one.
Yeah, you have to rely on older ones a lot more.
Probably why they're shifting towards all these. It's probably why they're shifting towards all these forms. You know, not the Gigantamax stuff. I'm talking like and the
Together,
Alolan forms.
Alolan forms, yeah.
They help fill the gap.
Yeah, it's kind of like Pokemon, new Pokemon, but not really. I guess.
Overall, I don't usually like to point fingers, but for this, it's so super obvious that I feel like it's justified. Blame the insane backlash that Gen 5 got, like, for no reason, for Game
Yeah.
Freak completely fucking rubber banding back and going full on Gen 1 in the next game, and then it just kind of never went away.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
That absolutely happened.
What's up, D Freak?
Hello, D Freak.
All right, so
Freak. Yeah,
that's pretty much is that pretty much everything that went wrong? I think we can probably think of
No,
all the
no,
big
no,
stuff.
no, 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 no,
We're gonna
no.
keep going.
Oh,
We're gonna
no,
keep going.
there's
We'll be
more.
here a while.
That's a lot of-
There's more that went wrong, and this is gonna be kind of a hot take, but
Let's hear it.
3D models.
Yes,
Yep.
for sure.
So
Specifically, their execution, not the concept.
no, the concept is a great thing.
Yo,
Coliseum does it very
what
well.
did I miss?
Okay,
Everyone hates Pokemon. Everybody came in to shit on this series.
no. We're shitting on it
Yo.
because we love
We
it.
love it.
Well, you just want it better.
Yo,
Yeah.
fuck 3D models, my dude.
No, seriously. The way that they handle the 3D models is so poor. Like
Really,
The-
all you have to do is look at like Coliseum or
Coliseum,
Pokemon Battle,
freaking
Battle Revolution.
Pokemon Stadium, made in 1999, was better at 3D models than Gen 6, 7, and
And
8.
mind you, like, I get the excuse now that we have like 800, 900 or so more Pokemon, but you have to realize that technology, spoiler alert, has advanced. Sure, maybe we can't do like the same amount of animations, so to speak. Like, we can't have every kick, slash, and whatever animated, but freaking Revolution and so forth, they reused assets and they looked fine. They looked great. They had, each Pokemon had unique quirks to it, and unlike, let's see, Pokemon X and Y or so forth, they actually bothered to like animate make the Pokemon look alive. Like, there's animations for flight instead of it just going whoosh off screen.
Or
Yeah.
Electros.
Also attack animations.
I'm just gonna
Yes.
I'm going to rename that to 3D animation because D Freak made a good point in text. The models themselves are good,
Yeah, I think
but
it
the
was probably-
animations are just
Yeah, the models are
Auto-
splendid. It's just they don't
Auto
bother
quality and
giving.
animation are two separate things.
Dude,
yeah. An example.
Here, let me give you another example. Let me
I
find it.
know this is like an exaggerative inflammatory meme, but this basically encompasses the problem. This right here.
Literally doesn't
Not
even
even
kick.
that. It gets worse. Freaking like back in X and Y, you know the affection thing.
Yeah.
If you were really like, if you had good affection for Pokemon, your Pokemon would turn back to look at you nicely. You know what they do in the newer games? They just have it like the model literally
the
swings left
axis
to right.
wobble.
It just wobbles. It wobbles. It takes my stock and it takes my soul.
Getting wobbled in my favorite RPG.
Yeah, I just feel like they could have handled it fine, like way better than they,
And again,
they
I
did.
believe it's because of time constraints.
yes, time
Yeah,
constraints
Yeah,
caused
time constraints
by
are going to mostly be the issues because they have to pump these out almost seasonally, and I'm hoping COVID will help because they have effectively a year. Like, unfortunately, this also means that they're going to be getting less work done, but I'm hoping this will also,
Don't
ease
forget all
people
the
into the
animators
fact that we
working
don't
from home
do it
now.
every year.
And it's super duper hurt, especially after Gen 5, because look at literally any Gen 5 battle, dog. The final end fight where like Zekrom and Reshiram come out and they're doing these anime ass attacks and it looks super vibrant. Look, comparing that to even the Gen 6 animation is just
Like, it's
it
not
is-
even like the sprites themselves don't even have like attack animations. It's just like the way the animations for the attacks are done.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
There's oomph to them.
Yeah.
Double kick has great sound design to it and great like effects, but when you transition this over to 3D models, like, you kind of lose that because now you're having to use the the models just take away from it because you're using 2D images on a 3D.
On a 3D plane, yeah.
Yeah, like, it can be done. There are examples of good ones, but
If it's stylized, it can definitely work, but there's no attempt there whatsoever. Even in the Coliseum example Maka posted, with Palkia's attack specifically, there's one animation with him just swinging his arm with the effect, but then when it's changed over, it's just a simple effect on top of the screen.
it's
Style.
it's
Like, you can have
effectively a
it look
layered
like
effect, and it still looks good because it's made to work with 3D.
Also, just to laugh, on my end, Discord glitched out, and the Score Bunny example is just not there at all.
Hell, okay, so in the image that Maka just posted, that's actually not even from a real Pokemon game.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's an example of how it can be. Like, this is like just a fan-made Pokemon game that somebody made, or an animation or something, and it just looks better.
Isn't that? I'm pretty sure that is Aurasphere's animation, though.
Yeah, that
It's
is
like-
Aurasphere's animation from Black. This is Black and White.
No, it's not.
No, it is not. Look at the HP bar.
Yeah, they look weird.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
a fan game. It's a fan game, but it is just the animation ripped out of Gen 5.
yeah, it looks like it literally uses black. Like it uses the
Look,
same.
look, it still looks good. The model, the sprites aren't doing anything different. They have their own poses or whatever, and it still looks fine. Score Bunny in the black and white. Wow, Score Bunny in the Sword and Shield one. Yeah, he's hopping around and he looks pretty, like, happy. He's hopping, but like
And that
he's not-
hopping around is better than a lot of Pokemon get, mind you.
Yeah, and
Yeah, look at freaking Bunnelby. It's just kind of like bopping its head a
It's
little to the left, a
existing.
little to the right. There's no soul to it. It's just literally movement for the sake of movement.
No, it's just like
you
you know what
want
it is.
terrible
You know what it
models,
is. It's the
explosion
discrepancy
jobs.
between the good moves and the bad moves. Because look at Cinderace's signature attack.
Like they actually bother to do animations.
Like,
and-
look at Cinderace's signature attack versus like.
You can actually you can kind of see this when they have Ditto transform into them and use their moves. It doesn't have the animation.
Wait, are you
It's
serious?
like yeah, they
I didn't
have
even
this.
know.
There are glitches
What?
with like Imposter Ditto using Behemoth Blade and so forth, and it doesn't do the proper animation. Even like
are you
like, the
serious?
animations are specifically tied to the if there's like Moongeist Beam, it's specifically tied to Lunala.
You mean if like someone uses metronome and gets a legendary signature, you don't get the attack animation?
In some cases, yes, but like if you're Ditto who copies the model, you still get the like base not as high end animation.
Oh,
That's
no.
ratchet. That's so ratchet.
It's
Every move.
like it's unoptimized. This game,
I don't
the
know.
series is unfortunately just not optimized anymore.
Yeah, okay, like again, this kind of goes back to what I was saying, but it's just like the discrepancy between the good animations and the bad animations. Because like Cinderace's signature move looks really good. Like it looks really
Better than
good.
most.
But then like if you look at a signature move for like a Pokemon like
Wait, let's say Mewtwo Side Strike.
huh?
Mewtwo Side Strike, maybe,
Yeah, like
for example.
obviously like that was an older move made, but still like there's just a discrepancy.
Oh,
Yep.
No, dude.
Yep.
There it is. Probably the best looking move like ever animated.
Like it looks
It's
so
up there.
good, but then like Aegislash could use its move and it just does like a kind of basic sword swipe attack.
It has to protect animation.
It's
yeah.
just-
His signature move is King Shield.
Nope.
He just says nope and rotates away.
And again, it's just like I don't know. I would rather these moves look less good if it means the other moves look better.
Yeah, I would like a
Yeah, because more
consistency
uniform.
of moves looking
Yeah, there's
good.
just like no consistency is what really bugs me. And I get it's like your starter signature move, but I don't know. It just bugs me.
Okay, let's get these out of here. I want to move
Problem
on.
with it all, though, is that it's a conflicting issue between like animation quality as well as like if they are going to be doing stuff like Dexit, having a lesser amount of Pokemon in a game, that would mean you would have more resources to develop to make those
Yeah.
animations. So
That's another excuse they gave.
like,
I know we're going back
what
to
do we
Dexter,
have?
but like that was another excuse they gave was to save resources or conserve resources, whatever bull crap it was.
Yeah,
And
but
it still looks lazy.
it's lazy, and not even just when it comes to the animation, not the sorry,
Quality.
not the quantity of stuff in the game. It's still effectively a 3DS game, just high definition. There's not even like it has as much content as X and Y, and mind you, the only way they're like fixing this is by making you pay $30 to get like a console-worthy game.
Which is still less than
It's
hardcore.
whack. And by the way,
I didn't even
still
bother.
has issues. They can't like freaking. I don't even know the new name for some of the Pokemon. The little centipede guy, not the
Centiskorch?
the marching boys.
Oh,
Yeah,
Phalanx.
I don't even remember that shit.
Phalanx.
I don't know.
Does anyone know their names? Like
Phalanx. Phalanx. I'm saying it in the mic, but y'all are talking over each other. Holy shit.
No, you literally just weren't popping up.
Yeah, you weren't.
I was speaking very loud.
We
I
didn't hear.
think you cut out. It's Phalanx.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
murder
Phalanx is
somebody, dude.
Mind you, Phalanx's walking animation in the newest area that they have, you can walk with the Pokemon in the overworld. Phalanx literally. I'm just getting the gift for this. I'm getting the gift for this. Oh, it's
So
gone.
I'm getting me gift.
I don't want to spend too much time on this anymore, but like, because
Yeah,
there's a
I
lot
can't
more
get
stuff.
it.
There's a lot more stuff to talk about.
But they have it go down a set of stairs, and it doesn't even like
Oh,
angle
yeah.
the model to look nice. It literally has it clipping through the freaking stairs as it goes down.
I remember that tweet. Yeah.
Jesus.
One more thing about the went wrong. I haven't heard this like I've only heard it as a complaint like ever since like Gen 8 came on. But how do I even word this? It's weird. But this kind of encompasses a lot of issues, I think. So we'll just like hit them all at once. If you look at this is a absolutely terrible comparison for many reasons. But if you look at something like Final Fantasy VII Remake, it has, what does it have on Sword and Shield? It has graphics, it has a battle system, it has story. If you look at something like Dragon Quest, it has graphics, it has characters, it has story. Just in general,
There was
Pokemon-
work put into these games.
yeah, if Pokemon was anything other than Pokemon, it would like get laughed at pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, if even as something as simple as side quests, I can count the amount of meaningful side quests in the last like 3 generations on one hand. And for the entire series, really, it's like super bare bones. And granted, of course, it's because like the focus is the Pokemon. You have to make a whole bunch of Pokemon every single generation, which sucks. But like as far as content goes, it's super compared to other like AAA RPGs. It's really bland as a video game in general. It kind of always has been. Even though there are some really good Pokemon games, when you look at the aspects of RPGs that people like a lot, it just kind of lags. Yeah, Hardcore Soul Silver sick. Even something as simple as story. Pokemon stories are, besides like Black and White 1, they're all just super.
Yeah, but I necessarily wouldn't put the story of a Pokemon game because they've never been like one that had a deep
Yeah,
and
they
meaningful
don't
story
really tell
besides
the
Black
game.
and White 1, which, as we know, got a lot of flack for some reason.
Because again, these games are marketed for kids, so they got to be easy to understand for the kiddos. There can be a few things that maybe require a little more deeper understanding.
No, but see,
Black and White was one of the few Pokemon games where they actually tried to target a slightly older audience, and that can be you can see that through like the trainers.
here's the thing though, like, yeah, sure, it's marketed towards kids, but like, those aren't the people leaving the reviews. The people,
The people
people-
the reviews are all a bunch of journalists that don't want to leave bad reviews because they won't be in bed with the moneymakers, so it doesn't matter either way.
yeah, well, okay, that's
And,
bad point, but what I'm saying is the kids really just, I don't think they really understand what makes it. They don't understand what makes a good game a good game. They're just playing it, and Pokemon like kind of understood that.
Cinderace go burr.
which is fine.
Like,
Yeah,
you
which
were
that's
back then.
okay, but
just like simulation.
like that didn't stop them from making good games in the past.
Except, okay, I don't mean to bring up to shove Kingdom Hearts into everything, but KH2 was a really good game, and like the hardcore gamers loved it, the kids loved it, and then a few years later, Square Enix decided, let's make this, let's make Kingdom Hearts 3 and just only make it for the casuals, and then the hardcore gamers were like, what the fuck is this? Like it's so weird. It's clearly done. You can appeal to both audiences, but
They just
a lot
don't.
of, a lot of developers
These
just don't
days,
want
I
to.
like about the smart
And
mobile
honestly,
games,
I
the
think
Downpuncher.
I think the biggest issue that is pretty much the main cause behind all of this is just general time constraints. And maybe lack of like people to work on the game, because Game Freak is the people that make the game, not the Pokemon Company, and Game Freak is not really that big of a company. Like they're not a big developing company. Like, name another like big game like Pokemon that Game Freak has made.
You guys
Little Town here? No.
No.
No, because that game
They've
got
made-
bad
they've
reviews
made
too.
Good games in the past, but that's in the past.
Like I think
like Drill Dozer, what was his name? Pulseman.
I've
but,
never
like,
heard of any of these
that's
games.
like way.
Pulseman is literally Pikachu's Volt Tackle.
Back,
Or at least in
Pulseman is what Rotom was based on.
We're getting off topic with that though.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I just
Fine.
I think that, and I put this like bullet point up there before, but we never really touched up on it. The Pokemon Company specifically needs to like give Game Freak some more time to make games.
They won't. They should, but they won't.
Well, that's what we want,
and-
and what we actually expect is the opposite. So we can put those down.
Pretty much.
More
Here's the
resources
thing, though,
because,
like-
Game Freak. I mean, they are a big company, but they're not as big as some other AAA companies.
As a small indie studio, excuse you.
Now, I don't like talking about negative stuff all the time. So I actually want to see what you guys think actually went right in the past generations that we think stuff went wrong. If there's-
Sure. Let's talk about Megas.
Megas is actually a very good
Megas were
concept.
sick.
They were sick. I just wish they, broadened the horizons on which Pokemon to give Megas to. Besides,
Trials?
30% of them being general.
Following
Trials was an
Pokemon.
interesting concept, but I think I just like gyms more.
Trials is just shallow, like paint job of what gyms are. Honestly, they just wanted to add mini games into that.
There was a lot of
They tried to
trials.
condense it in like one broad stroke. Obviously, it's not the same throughout, but
I do
they didn't try it.
I do have
in
one
Trials.
major gripe I have with the entire franchise, but I'll save it after we talk about what went right.
Yeah, we'll do that.
What went right, I think, is
The regions, actually. Besides Kalos, Alola and Galar are actually very nice regions to look at.
They
If
were
Galar's,
pretty nice.
if Galar, like they're designed well. I'm not saying the animations or like the textures or anything were good, but Alola, like in concept, is actually a very beautiful region, like islands,
Yeah.
like tropical islands. Galar is a really cool, almost
It's
like
England.
it's England, but it has it has factories, it has forests, it has it has good qualities to it.
I don't know. I'm more of a fan of Kalos' region than I am of Alola. So that might be more due to Alola giving and not in criticism, but just to point it out. Kind of like how Super Mario Sunshine got flack for having homogeneous level design because it was all tropical theme. How Alola kind of fits the same build, honestly.
But
'Cause I
like,
can only think of two.
I don't know. There's
I
like
get what you, I
there's
get
a
what you're saying.
volcano area. There's a snowy mountain. There's most of it is tropical, but it's a tropical island, of course. I don't know what you expect.
Landmarks in Kalos too. I don't know why they get the.
Holland's
back on the
tropical,
roll,
so
doesn't
man.
I don't know.
Kalos has
Poland's
the
kind of
original Pokeball factor, like a
Kalos is really
legitimate
big.
Pokeball factor. I'm surprised people don't talk more about that. You don't see that in the other regions.
nobody talks
here's
about
the
how
thing.
Sinnoh is like 95% grass.
Wait,
Grass!
95% snow.
Yeah, it's 25. It's literally 25% snow.
No.
All right,
okay.
so
Let's
Yeah.
see other good things.
Yeah.
Always harder to actually
My
compromise.
counter argument for the Kalos thing, they don't give you enough time to take in the scenery. Like, Kalos kind of just flies by, and you don't really.
I can't name a memorable location in Kalos.
Aside from, like, Lumios.
Except for Lumios, and that's only because it's a stage in Smash.
I like the fucking the Anistar rock thingy. That's
I was gonna bring that up. That was the big Mega Evolution Stone that like hit the planet or something. It was a giant meteorite, right?
Yeah. Jojo. Kalos was kind of weird. I don't know, cause like I don't know if you all remember your first Kalos playthrough, but like the gap between the first and second gym was like
yeah,
everybody
I
remembers.
remember that. That
And
was,
then-
dude.
and then I
I'll
was
be
like-
real. It was like they paced it unfortunately very badly. Like
I thought Kalos was gonna be huge, and then the rest of
Same.
it was like one night.
you get it. Like I thought this was gonna be a huge game, and then yeah,
Yeah, I'll admit that gap between 1 and 2 is pretty terrible.
I feel it was a
That
mistake
branch did
because
not worth the wait.
it's false advertising almost.
Honestly, though, it picks up right away with Corina, especially when you go through that cave of mirrors. Which honestly, that's a very cool area when you look at
I
it.
remember that.
Yeah, I like
It
that.
was pretty cool.
And the following town is pretty when you see that giant, that dojo of where they have like what the hell is it called? It was like a big temple for Mega Evolution.
Oh yeah, the Temple of Mega Evolution with the Lucario.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful landmark right away. Like it
is-
does pick
like,
up.
It's cool. It's
It-
just like they don't give it enough time to settle. Is the thing. Like they kind of just like, ooh, look at this, and then they quickly shove you off to the next location. That's how it feels like playing Gen X and Y.
Yeah. But there's also a lot of cool stuff when you do look around and explore.
Yeah,
like
but
when
like
you're
you're never
in
incentivized to look around. Is the thing.
or when you're in
Because,
the swamp and it's that ghost house.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, the point being is that I to give it credit, I do think Kalos as a region, as well as the other regions, are definitely more vivid. I just think going from Alola onward, it just becomes more homogenized, and that kind of falls in suit with the music. But we're talking about things we like, so Kalos' music is fucking bitchin'.
Yeah.
At first, I
like
really
how they-
thought so, but it kind of wore off on me a lot.
Yeah,
3D.
it.
3D, the 3D era's music has been very lackluster. There have been really good ones, but on average,
I
they're
only know
very.
2 songs from Alola,
They're
like,
very-
It
I
has
like Sun and Moon's soundtrack more than I did X and Y.
it has like the Bayonetta problem where there are like a few godlike songs, and then the rest of the soundtrack is just kind of there.
Yeah, the only thing I can remember from X and Y music-wise is Lysander's theme, and then they literally just gave it a better version. No more than 2 games later.
It's like Lysander, Diantha. I like Diantha's theme to Shuttleflare.
What is
Yeah.
wrong with you? Wait, what's actually wrong with you? What?
The legendary
I'm
theme.
praising the music, but even I don't go that far.
I like it, man. She's bootleg Cynthia, but whatever. It's an okay theme.
She's
Oh,
Cynthia,
yeah.
but worse.
The thing about Bootleg Cynthia is that it's still
She's-
Cynthia.
Yeah, but Cynthia.
She's like
you can't say
Cynthia-
no to the piano.
She's like Cynthia minus everything that made Cynthia cool.
Also, by the way, can we please not do the thing where the champion literally shows up for 2 seconds offhand and then is the champion? Like, that was so bad. What the
I
fuck?
know, yeah. Her introduction was horrible.
She literally like shows up occasionally.
Not even her fault. That's
I only-
It was almost as bad as the Sora Light Lunar.
Don't you dare! Okay, listen. Despite what anything the Game Freak does, Game Freak will literally do anything better than Solar Light Lunar Dark will ever accomplish or hope to accomplish, all right? Get that through your head. Get that through your fucking head. I'm spitting all over my microphone and I don't even care. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. You triggered me.
These fucking NY
Hey,
accent came
Hey,
with me.
stop talking to your mic. You're getting spit on my end.
Eclippo.
That's all he has to say.
I hate it. I hate Solar Light Lunar Dark. Honestly, what like Shout outs to Game Freak for not being Solar Light Lunar Dark. That
What went right? It's not solar.
what went right? It's true.
Oh my god.
You know, he's not wrong there.
Oh. You want to know one thing they did right? That they
What?
immediately scrapped after the game it was introduced in? The freaking PSS.
Oh yeah.
Wait, which was
Oh, rest in
PSS.
peace, PSS.
That's
The
not.
best
That's what they did wrong. The PSS was good.
No, I said that's what they did right, and then they scrapped it. That's what.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Dude, that was the cleanest online. And then
Festival Plaza.
no, stop. You stop
Oh,
that.
God.
Like
Oh,
I love the X and Y and Alpha Sapphire Omega Ruby just for the just for the ability to get online easier. Like
It was
one of the best.
so easy, dude.
Go online.
It was
make
so
connection,
intuitive.
actually
It
be able
was
to
so
communicate
well
with others.
designed. And then
They're like, hey, let's just be
yeah.
fucking clowns, honk honk. Let's make a plaza.
Oh, I just
Yeah, I
love
don't
the
know, like,
fact
Hey,
that-
build a house. It's just never
You know,
gonna
what
do
was it?
anything ever.
Society.
Like Game Freak just has this obsession with like, we can't do the same thing twice.
Except put all the Gen 1 pandering in every game. That's the.
Yeah.
What? Do
Their
Kanto
idea of
thrice?
innovation is
Okay.
good reinventing the wheel.
Let's.
but
Oh,
they
we can't do the
also
same
feel
thing.
like,
They
oh,
can't do the
that's
same thing more
fair.
than once. But they made Gen 3 or Gen 1 three times.
Yeah, I don't know. Like their priorities are extremely skewed.
It's weird.
So what now? What now?
So are you talking about like what
Crazy.
went right in the latest 3 generations, or like
Yeah, yeah.
overall?
The
Just
latest
overall,
generation.
double battles. I think double battles was an excellent idea. Triple in rotation, stretching it a little bit. But I for one kind of enjoyed triple battles. That was just me though. I didn't really like rotations.
Actually, never.
They're not horrible. They can get their fans, but it wasn't something that you could
It
make
was
like the main
niche.
staple.
Oh, you know what else they did in one generation and then never brought back? The Pokemon World Tournament.
Yeah.
Why?
But that would
Like-
require them to make 3D models for characters nowadays.
True.
And then another company made better 3D models in an online game for your phone called Pokemon Masters.
Yeah, but
They
also
all
have
have
Pokemon
3D
Masters,
models.
You know, catch 22.
But they're also like different, kind of like
I
the designs
listen,
are
you
ever
make
so
all-
slightly different that they
Full
look
Light Lunar
they
Dark
would look
Icon
off
Masters.
with the.
Although to give that credit, that game also has some really fucking good music. Listen to the Gen 6
Yes, I agree
Grim
with
Leader
that.
from Masters. That's amazing.
Yeah,
can't
the,
play it.
the good remixes are
You can look
very
it
good.
online.
The remixes that are in there are very good. I will give that credit. Actually, what about I think there's a little too many Pokemon spin-offs.
What?
Like side games.
Pokemon Quest, why does that exist?
Oh yeah, I played that.
Like I think they're just like grasping at anything they could possibly grasp at now. Like
I love
Pokemon
how Nintendo-
Sleep,
Pokemon Quest is all Gen 1 pandering. There's no
Pokemon Sleep. What is Pokemon Sleep? We don't even know what that is yet. We don't even know what that's going to accomplish yet.
What?
They haven't even talked about it.
Guys, I love that Nintendo's actually like they're trying to bail on mobile games right now just because the Switch is actually succeeding. But they
Pokemon-
announced,
fucking-
like 2 or 3 more Pokemon mobile games for brushing your fucking teeth.
Pokemon Smile. I was gonna just bring that up. Yeah,
Wait,
brushing
what?
your
Real?
teeth. Yes, it's real. D Freak actually plays it.
Brush your
It's the only way he brushes his teeth, not gonna lie.
By the way, I think there's only a Gen 1 Pokemon in that game too. But
Are you no way.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Don't quote me on that. But hold on.
There was that Magikarp game.
Magikarp Jump.
yeah.
That was cool.
I will
It was
commend
cool for, like,
Pokemon Go
a day.
for like obviously they only started with Gen 1, but like they have been
Magikarp,
including.
they've got Cascade, they've got Sleep, they've got Brush Your Teeth, and they got Masters. That's 5 if I'm correct. Are we missing any?
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Pokemon Quest.
Pokemon
I'm
Go.
thinking mobile.
Conquest. Oh,
Pokemon
Go.
Shuffle.
I got a mobile.
Oh, there was
Shuffle's on mobile. Yeah. It's also on 3DS.
Rumble. Pokemon
The Rumble,
Rumble.
it was a thing,
what's
but
it
it's
called?
gone now.
Oh,
Rumble World.
it was the one with the figurines. There was one of those on mobile, I think.
Yeah. that's a
Pokemon
rumble.
Duel.
Duel.
So 7, 8.
Nobody plays that, and now they're making a Pokemon fucking MOBA.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to the
Nine.
League of. Oh yeah, I forgot
9
Pokemon MOBA existed.
Mobile
I
Pokemon
think everybody
games.
wants to
People
forget that existed.
By the way, pretty sure that's all Gen 1 Pokemon too.
No, Lucario's in there. I think.
Yeah.
They're
okay.
selective with who they put in, but I've seen stuff that isn't just Gen 1.
Talonflame, Lucario.
Yeah, Talonflame's in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
Talonflame.
Why is Talonflame in there?
Because
Why
he's the
not?
one of the most
Gillis.
popular
We
Gen
got
6
3
Pokemon.
that aren't Gen 1 in there so far.
Not for a good
I think
reason.
is it Infernape? No, I don't think so.
I don't know,
Yeah,
but
I
I know
know
that
that's
Snorlax and
good.
Machamp are in it.
Anyway,
I know a good thing that they did that they removed eventually.
but
Battle Frontier.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
Battle Frontier,
God.
dude. Oh yeah.
So the most
When Gen 8 came out,
Greeks.
the Battle Tower sucks in that game so bad. If you like lose like a round, you can just retry it again.
what?
Wait,
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yes.
Also, you can bring legendary Pokemon in it.
What?
That's
What?
so
Like,
dumb.
you can
That is
actually
so
bring
dumb, dude.
Zacian and Zamazenta, and you can bring Eternatus.
You stop that.
What?
wait, 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 why?
That's just a glorified like battle cafe or something.
At this point, why do you even have this as post game content? You could have made post game content. You just made.
Fight trainers over and over until metal.
It's the easiest battle tower in the entire series.
Wow, dude.
It's okay. We can't make it too hard, otherwise they'll have to delete it.
Shit.
I don't get it, man.
And it's weird to say.
Almighty.
You know what's really sad is that we can't talk about what went right without mentioning what
What
they
went
took
wrong? Yeah, that's kind of like really sad. I'm like thinking about that
Yeah,
right
we
now.
have a hard time staying positive because it's one step
We've
forward,
been
2 steps
burned
back.
Much
too
easier
long.
to be negative at this point.
Okay.
It's
Actually,
just because we've been burned too long.
All right, let's. All right, X. I think you said you had a very, very large gripe with the game.
Okay.
Why don't you get that out of the way now, and then we could talk about what we want in the future.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
here's a problem I feel like has played Pokemon since its inception, and maybe you don't agree with me, maybe you do. I don't like how formulaic Pokemon has become. I don't like it. I don't like the
It's,
gyms, fight the
yeah.
Elite Four, fight the champion. I don't. It was fun for a few games, but
copy from
doing it
Generation
literally every single game I've played, it's getting old. Like
That's okay. That's why we have the trials.
that's actually I will commend the Sun and Moon for doing something.
they
different.
tried.
They tried something different, and it might not have worked for everyone, but I commend the effort. But like, it's just you can read these series like a book. You know what's going to happen. You're going to fight like all 8 gyms. When you go to like after you beat the 7th gym, you have to go fight the evil team and defeat the evil team's boss. Then you go do the 8th gym, do the Elite Four Victory Road, and then you do the champion, and that's the entire game. That's been the entire series for just about
Yeah,
every
and the
single game.
entire series has all these landmarks you can tell at this point, even if you played one game.
Yeah, I was gonna make
Problem is
a.
that
I'm honestly just sick of it. Like I want something new, like brand new. I want something new.
I absolutely agree because like
Yeah, I
one
can
of the
see it.
biggest concerns with Pokemon is that even as early as 3rd generation, people say that it falls into a trap like Madden, FIFA, or Call of Duty, where it's just timely remakes or repurposes of the same game. You know, it's the same game with just all these bells and whistles.
But hey, we added some new lawns.
Into 8 main games plus all these side games that came out. Yeah, it's no wonder that people are pissed.
And it's like other long-running series like this have found ways to keep the heart of the series intact, but like do new things.
Yes, a very good example of
Pokemon
that is Mega Man.
Yeah.
But that's also comparing an action game, something that keeps you, you know, occupied doing things, as opposed to an
It's almost like action
RPG.
games are better.
Maka,
Okay.
Maka, stop.
What are you doing?
Well,
What
it
was
has
going to say?
examples of the whole series, which is infuriating.
So
We already
like,
know the obvious
like-
one, Generation 5 Part 1. That game actually did something different, as well as on a more smaller scale, Pokemon Coliseum. Those
Yeah.
are both base Pokemon games, but actually try to do something unique.
Coliseum and XD actually did
Yeah, when
try
I
to do
say
something
Coliseum, I
different.
do
Yeah,
mean
it's
both of them.
they did a good job.
There
with
weren't
that.
any gyms.
Hell, even
like-
Battle Frontier didn't even have like stuff like that. Yeah, they had the Coliseums, but it was like,
Man, I'm not going against Battlefront here, but it is more of like a sequel to the Stadium series than its own game. The point is like it's base Pokemon, but like you're doing all these different things. It feels like a brand new adventure. Ergo, there's more things to appreciate and adhere against both of those titles. They have unique flaws and pros and cons that the other base games just can't say.
like, okay. And this kind of just happens because Pokemon has been like a handheld series for most of its life, but like, look at Final Fantasy or like Dragon Quest and see like how they have changed since their inception. And you look at Pokemon and literally it's the same game every time.
I would have agreed with you like a few years ago about the staleness thing, and I do think like it's possible for them to like spice it up a bit. But after then, and this is just a completely personal thing. But after Alola, I was just like, just give me a fucking traditional Pokemon game. I did not feel it at all. Like,
Yeah, that
I did not freaking feel it, and that's not saying that the Game Freak can't spice it up. I just don't trust them to not do it in a stupid way that I'm not gonna like.
I mean, like, with that aside though, like, assuming they could do it is what I'm saying. Is like, I don't know. I've just gotten really bored of Pokemon, like the way it's handled.
yeah, that's why we've had to like resort to like hacks and fan games
Thanks, Suzerain.
that are not
Even
Solar
then,
Light
like,
and Lunar Dark.
Most fan games fall into the same traps of having
Yeah, they
8
do.
gems, but I
They
mean, like,
definitely do.
they have more gripping storylines to make up for it most of the
Yeah.
time.
Sometimes
all
more
successful
fun
Game
games.
Freak shuts them
Yeah.
down.
However, what these fan games have that separate the Pokemon games from that is a compelling story and new stuff that, like, you know, makes like quality of life a lot better.
Because most of the time they're made by the same people that are pissed off at the main games for all the BS they've been pulling.
So they're
not
gonna try and
do it.
make stuff
They're
better.
just making games they like themselves.
And
that,
that's
you
another
know,
thing actually that I'm pissed off about. Just because people make what other people consider better products, don't go and try and shut down the other people. Pokemon.
Rest in peace, Pokemon Professor.
Rest in peace, Uranium, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
That's good.
That game had
Hey, bro.
such an ambitious and like Azurite. Like, what happened to Azurite?
It's still going. They're not screwed yet. It's still being made.
Yeah, but like it's only a matter of time at this point. They're gonna get a
Yeah.
C and D from
Yeah, give
a
it a
company.
bit.
They're gonna get a
Silver
C and D from a company that doesn't obviously care about what they're doing anymore.
Well, Flair, don't forget the silver lining of the internet. Whatever's on the internet stays on the internet. So uranium does live on.
Yes, but they're not allowed to work on it.
I know that is it still sucks. but-
Uranium's not finished. The post game is like the main game is finished, but the post game is unfinished. There's still a lot of stuff that needed to be done to finish it completely. And Pokemon just kind of like said no, and just oh, dude, it pissed me off. Prism too. Like Prism was so good. There's like 4 regions on a Game Boy Color game.
Prism
Can we?
got DMC'd right before it was about to be
DMC'd?
released, the day before. Or whatever the
What
word
did I
is.
say?
DMC'd. He got Dante'd, bro.
It got shut down the day before they were about to release the game.
Holy shit! I would be so mad.
The flames of your eyes call your bluff.
That actually
Uh,
sucks.
yeah. I
Okay.
guess that segues into the what we want thing.
Yes, what we want. We
Pretty
want
well.
something new. We want something
Hey, I know
fresh.
what everybody wants. Just
Yeah,
at
say
the
it.
very least, bring back the stuff you used to do. Just literally just one thing from each generation. Bring back seasons. Bring back Gen Leader rematches. Even bring back like the freaking Gen 4 Battle Frontier. If you're not gonna do the Gen 3 one, at least the Gen 4 one. Please bring back the PSS. Bring back Megas. Hell, bring back Z moves. Eye for Horn. If you don't want to do both because you think it's gonna be too easy to play the game, which it kind of is already, just bring back one, dude. This you don't need to go and invent new stuff that not everybody's gonna like. You struck gold multiple times. You can go sell the gold. Don't
Yeah,
stash
yeah,
it
bro.
away.
Literally, they struck gold in like at least once in each generation with something,
And squandered it.
and then just let it go.
It's weird.
If
They
you
wanna keep
compiled
doing
all the
new
good
things.
stuff and then put it into one game, you'd have a freaking masterpiece. An absolute beautiful game that I think it would be the best Pokemon game ever.
Imagine like if you imagine, okay, what you call it, even if it's like a 3D game with like the weird 3D graphics that whatever, fine. Give it Mega Evolutions, seasonal changes, gym leader rematches, an actual champion that's like introduced and stuff. Something like
Oh.
something like the distortion world for like the third legendary.
Challenge mode. Give me
challenge-
challenge mode. Give me
challenge mode?
difficulty settings. Give me multiple save states. Or save
Multiple
save states. No. Save
files.
files. Give me multiple save files. Why have I always been locked into one save file for the majority of for all of mainstream Pokemon games?
I'll use the Switch then.
Even on the
Yes.
Switch, it's wild.
Even on the Switch, freaking games that are made on the PC on an RPG Maker fucking 1995 have multiple save files.
It's so weird.
Or I got two things I've got to say honestly. If we're talking about stuff we want for the future, the one I know that's never gonna happen is just like what we got in Generation 2, the ability to go to other regions, whether it's a post game, mid game, or flavor. I don't care. I'd love to go back and explore previous
Yeah.
generations.
Yeah.
That's never gonna happen. But
But
one
that
thing I
requires
love-
3D modeling.
It'd be cool to
Listen,
see like
hold on.
regions like Sinnoh or Unova like 20
More
years from now.
importantly than that, though, more importantly than that, why can't we? Is there like a feature in the future where we can just choose where we start in a certain region? Wouldn't it be great that, like, using Sinnoh as an example, your starting town could be, it could be where Candace's gym in, and you get a whole different kind of playthrough from that perspective.
But they ain't putting in that kind of effort.
Hey,
I-
you
I-
know what game does that? Pokemon Crystal Clear.
What?
Yeah,
serious?
yeah. There's a Pokemon game that lets you start in Kanto or Johto and lets you free travel between both regions and play the gyms in any order that you want.
Nice.
And all the wild
I'm thinking
Pokemon
of it
and
like a
trainer
different
Pokemon
level.
scale to your level after you beat a gym.
Wait, that's wild. Actually.
It's sick.
I'm thinking where you just pick a different town, you get like a different, not like a difficulty,
That
but
actually
like,
is, like,
you can
insane.
start in at your first gym and the levels change accordingly.
I'll stream Crystal Clear one of these days.
Oh yeah, Drago and I were talking about this like weeks ago. Like they don't even have to make like a whole like new region or like new Pokemon or anything. They could just go back to like older regions but have new stories within them.
Yeah,
modernized
for
take
real.
Like what, Let's Go does, right?
No,
Let's Go
I
is
mean,
its own story.
Kinda, sorta.
kinda. Yeah, I mean the Let's Go thing is fine. Like they did it all right.
But I don't mean like remaking or anything. I just mean like
Black,
something new
like a
for,
black and white.
Black and
suit.
white too. Yeah.
basically.
Oh, you
Yo,
want an actual like?
I want
sequel,
Gen 5
like even if
too.
it's
Speaking of which, a post game. What happened to post games? What happened to post games, dog? That's outside of
Hey,
like Horas.
Hey, you want a post game?
Oh, I
$30.
should have brought up
Fork it
Talos'
over.
post game. The shit with Luca was fun. Oh, remember that the Looker missions? With me?
Yeah.
That post game, I
Gen
think,
5 had a post game like Black White 1 or was it 2? I don't know. One of them had a post game where you like hunted down the other like sages or whatever and
Yeah,
found
yeah,
them.
yeah.
That was,
And you were and there was like so many of them to find. There's 7 of them. So there's like so you go to
I
each
mean, it's only 6, I think, because
Oh, Getsus was 1.
kind of
6. there was still
And
6
they're all
dudes
across the region.
all across the region that required you to explore in order to find them. They weren't just in like the middle of Route
all
1.
previous locations that Plasma had had business in the main game, if I recall. Like they were in Chargestone Cave. They were by Clay's gym in that ice place in that ice system.
I think
If I recall correctly.
what I'm trying to get at is that I don't want a linear Pokemon game. I don't want a linear Pokemon game at all. I want something that requires me to, use my brain a little bit. My giant brain.
Yeah.
The most Pokemon less like it wasn't as linear. I think would have to be like between Kanto, like Pokemon Red, Blue, Green, whatever, and then Gold, Silver, Crystal, and etc.
Gen 8 is horrible at this, by the way. The routes are literally like you can't go any other ways.
Oh yeah.
And when you can, there's obviously something there, and it's so obvious. Like, it's just, like, I can't. The design of the routes for Gen 8, like, it's so bad. It is so terrible.
It really is.
There wasn't even there was like one area in the beginning of Gen 8 where you could surf around the lake and find other stuff. And that was in the beginning of the game. Other than that, it's just like narrow path, trainer, narrow path, trainer, patch of grass, next city.
Basically.
Well,
The wild area isn't really that impressive. You're just a hallway.
Alternate route if you want to avoid trainer, which has grass, and then it just winds back into the main route. Like, there's no like alternate paths or anything.
Yeah, I think they kind of voiced it all down in the wild area.
Which, yeah, that's pretty
It's
much
not
free
even really
exploration.
explorations of the big ass open space.
And that's I want more. That's kind of like what I was talking about earlier. For when I said I wanted something new, I want a more open world Pokemon game. Like, is that really too much to ask?
Apparently.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I
Unfortunately.
would say it is.
Like, I don't want some like freaking. I don't want Skyrim open world, but like I just want something like you have more freedom to like.
What's
Look
that?
around.
Freedom? Never heard of it.
You're not being handholded throughout like the
Yeah,
entire
like-
story, like Sun and Moon.
like the bare minimum. Like, you could have 4 gyms at the start that you could challenge in any order you want. And once you clear all those, you can challenge the next 4 in any order you want. And then then you could go to Victory Road. But like,
You hate being gated or given a
Yeah.
specific path. I want to explore the game, at my own pace or wherever I want.
And
Like,
have
yeah, like-
interactions where like you have like these events where if you're in an area too early, it like makes you learn. Like, hey, stop that.
You're learning in my Pokemon?
Oh,
Like, they
okay.
have like
Less
these
likely
super
than you
powerful
think.
dudes that if you beat them, you actually get better rewards or something like that.
Also, he said the E word. Bring back events instead of just dropping off a Pokemon at the Pokemon Center and having us pick it up.
oh
yeah. Dude,
Actually going to
every
a
online
finally
event is now
the
go on
main
Wi-Fi,
road.
download Pokemon, get it from a trainer that somehow caught it, even though it's a mythical thing.
Yeah, sorry, your mythical ass legendary Pokemon came in UPS last
Here
week.
it is, honest.
That'll be $50 plus shipping and handling.
Remember when you had to go into this creepy ass house and fall asleep in a bed to catch Darkrai?
Yeah.
When you had to go to like a memorial or whatever and go across a literal grass bridge that was not there to get to Shaman's little place.
Remember when you had to get a flute, go to the top of Mount Coronet, blow the flute, climb stairs to heaven, and then fight
that
God?
never happened.
Never happened.
Yeah, I don't because it never happened. But it was in the game.
Guys, wait, you remember the Diancie event? Because I think that Gen 6 was the one that started like just giving you event Pokemon balls like that.
Oh
As
my
a
God.
custom.
I
And
totally forgot about this.
when you get it from the mailman, you go outside, you just run to an old guy like, I've been searching my whole life for this.
It's like, bro, I literally just got it from the mailman. I'm pretty sure you can order one on Amazon.
Local mailman if
That
you have it.
literally sums up everything about like what was wrong with this event.
You literally you talk to the guy. You're like, bro, you could literally probably just get one of these on Amazon.
There's a cutscene that plays, you think, oh, something cool about to happen. It's like, I've been searching everywhere for that thing. Where did you get it?
Online.
I remember that. I was like, why was that a thing? It was an omen. It was a fucking omen that all these future legendary Pokemon, these mythics, mean nothing.
It's so funny.
Okay, so we covered a lot about what we want. What do we expect, guys? What do we expect? Literally nothing. I expect absolutely nothing except exactly what we've been getting for the past
My expectations were
6
looking
years.
you were low, but holy fuck.
I expect to find a new, better game.
I don't.
I expect to see more C&Ds from fan-made Pokemon games that are better than what they're shilling out.
You know, there is one thing I can expect, like legitimately. There'll be another series from some other developer, or maybe another Nintendo game that does the Pokemon formula in a manner that everybody enjoys, and then the Pokemon company's gonna be like, wait, why aren't we selling top bill next to this shit, guys?
Then I
Actually
expect
do
it
what
to
people ask.
completely flop like a few months
Ninjas
later.
assemble.
They need like some sort of direct competition to like provoke change, to provoke innovation.
Yeah.
'Cause they don't have
That's
that.
not gonna.
Pokemon has the top
You have to
billing.
realize that Pokemon literally freaking prints money. Even
is-
without the games, like
Yeah,
the merchandise.
I feel
know,
like
that is
now
okay.
they
It's their
use
It's the main reason they never change because it's such a reliable formula. It's lasted for
it's not even.
a long
over
time.
20 years effectively. They've been able to do this.
And I feel like they've been using the name Pokemon as some sort of cash grab now, instead of like, actually putting passion into something and making something
I think-
good.
Brush your teeth with Pokemon.
Go to sleep with Pokemon in the non-sexual way, of course. And
Go out to the cafes and socialize with Pokemon. Oh wait, it's 2020.
Tragic.
make sure you wear your mask.
Wear your mask with Pokemon.
It's just like Pokemon has become this name that just the company just uses
Hi, Ark.
as this
Hey, is this a
money
list?
printing machine.
No.
It's a rant video.
Oh,
If we put
How much Pokemon sucks.
everybody friggin' place your bets. Will Generation 9 start off with a less Pokemon in the game than Sword and Shield after Isle of Armor and after all the DLC?
Yeah.
Yes.
If
They're
they
just
do
gonna make
variants from the existing Pokemon, yes.
I'm honestly gonna be genuinely shocked if we do get a Gen 9. After the
Oh, what?
after how kind of like flopped Gen 8 like was as a game and all the decisions they made and everything they've been doing, like don't get me wrong, it's probably still gonna happen because it's Pokemon, the name fucking the name makes a Nintendo shit money out their ass.
It is literally the highest grossing media franchise in the world, period.
They're not gonna stop.
Well, they have to give it the FIFA treatment.
Also, the worst part is it like for us it flopped, but by no stretch of the imagination did it flop.
No, you're right.
Actually,
They
yeah,
made
games
millions
like
off this
Braixen.
game. Millions.
It is
Is
one
it-
of the
isn't
best
Sword and
selling
Shield, like,
Switch
one-
games. You know, I'm gonna check right now.
He's going
The problem is it is marred by all these things. This quality control that doesn't exist.
Yeah, but like, why would they ever care? Like,
There's no reason to. They have the top billing. Everything they
boys.
money.
And this is why I play Shin Megami Tensei, because I get one good game every time they come out. And every Shin Megami Tensei is fantastic. Play them. Play the Shin Megami Tensei games, please.
when Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Actually,
Okay.
didn't we get a release date for that?
No. Yes.
Next year, I think.
Yeah, next year.
I will wait.
They are number 5 on the list. They are catching up to Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. Like,
And
come on.
Odyssey was a
That's number
great
one.
game too. Like, number one's Breath of the Wild, probably. Or Smash.
It's actually Mario Kart
Mario
8.
Kart 8, yeah.
Bro,
Mario Kart 8?
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, Pog, dude!
For everyone.
Breath of the Wild is 3.
And Smash is 2.
Actually, you know what? It's like tied with Mario Odyssey.
Bro, Mario Odyssey was like one of the first games that came out on the Switch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pokemon's broken. Pokemon is insanely broken.
dude. In
in
a couple
both
months-
senses of the word.
In a couple of months, it's going to be like number 3.
That's so
Oh,
crazy.
This
dude.
game did not fail.
And Acheron said it best. They have a reliable formula, and it's not.
I hate
it,
the formula.
It yeah. Well, you hate the system, Ark, to Dracon.
Dude, I fucking hate the system. Get
Yeah,
the
you hate-
fucking
yeah, you-
system away.
Get a load of
I
this
hate
system.
the YouTube algorithms. Oh, I mean Pokemon formula.
Yeah. I don't know. Do we have anything else to say? Really, kind of shorter than we
Anal-
expected.
Anally penetrate the system.
No, let's not do that.
Okay.
I know what to say. Play Gen 5, Gen 4, forget everything else after that.
Angel, can we get one final Gen 6 sucks?
Hey! You stop. Gen 6 had Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby.
Oh, see, now if Iron was here, he'd be defending Gen 6 for some godforsaken reason.
He
I
likes
want him to
Delphox.
so I can
His
play them.
opinion is invalid.
I just wanted my ASOR. I'm happy.
Wait,
with
he
that.
likes
That's
Delphox? I thought he picked Chestnut.
I still enjoyed
Iron?
World
Dude,
is
I
good.
honestly-
I
Do you
just
remember
don't-
like no. He-
Oh,
he
no,
defended Delphox,
I
like,
get it.
2
I
months
understand.
ago.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, this guy actually likes Delphox. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Delphox is a very furry design.
Gen 6 is better than Gen 8, sue me.
I mean, just on the aside, I like the idea of like the ninja, the mage, the whatever the fuck.
The
Chestnut is.
fighter.
The tank. The
And,
tank.
like the tank. whatever
Hot
the
feet,
fucking thing is.
crazy
But
ass.
like the oh my god,
The
the
fighter mage-
designs for Delphox
That's
is
what it
bad.
was. Fighter Mage Rogue.
Bro, Braixen keeps her wand up her ass.
Frog.
How do you fucking dethrone Lucario as a furry?
You don't.
You
Even
make
more
Braixen.
furry bait.
You make it a lolly too. God,
Oh,
I
no.
hate this game.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I'll admit Braixen was a mistake.
Braixen was a
Got
mistake.
into Pokken. It got into Pokken.
The Pokken.
What?
Before Infernape. Oh my god, dude.
TLDR,
Before fucking Inferno.
don't play X and Y. Don't play
Literally
Don't play
Goku.
Sun and Moon. Don't play Ultra Sun. Don't
Yeah.
play Let's Go. Don't play Sword Shield. Go play Black and White. Go play Black and White too.
You can
Go
hear-
play Heart Gold.
you can hear
Sword.
Troy
Gen
Go play
6
everything
sucks.
before that, except for Gen 1, because it's kind of.
Actually, yeah. Literally, for what I want, one thing I want is to have something other than the champion be the final boss of the main game. Please.
You mean like
You mean
when
like Red.
when N and Getsus were?
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean,
they've done
the-
it once.
okay. The
in the
ultimate
entire
goal
span
of the
series.
Pokemon game is to catch them all and become the champion. Like, in order to defeat the champion. No, in order to become the champion, you have to defeat the champion. Therefore, he will be the final boss. Like, that's just unquestionable.
What? There's been no mantra of Pokemon. It's just play Pokemon.
You should
Like the gotta
totally-
catch 'em all thing was just like a sales pitch.
And now it's not even true.
Now you can't even. Now you literally can't even catch them all because Dex it. But anyway, I don't know. Have anything else to say?
They got
Gen
people
5.
interested in the anything goes metagame. How? Like why?
That's funny.
Because they couldn't like, play as fucking. What's an excluded Pokemon?
Rayquaza.
Is it? I thought they like included all the legendaries.
Maybe Rayquaza was a mistake.
Alright, man.
Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre were a mistake.
Imagine making megas that aren't megas. Not all
Rayquaza-
dragons are dragons.
Not
Rayquaza's
all
not a
dragons
mistake,
are
Mega
dragons, dude.
Rayquaza. However, yeah.
Alright, I have one final thing to say that we can end off the video with.
Tell us.
Gen 5 is sick.
Gen 5 is sick.
Yeah.
And
Playing Surgeons.
Yeah, so all in all, yeah, these thoughts were scattered. Everyone's kind of talked over each other, but I think we made our points kind of clear, kind of concise. You know, we're not good at organizing shit. Let's be real. But
you can always talk over each other and try again.
no,
Scuff
stop it.
podcast.
Yeah, it's really just a scuff podcast at this point. But yeah, those are our thoughts on Pokemon. Like I said, there's no ill will towards Game Freak or the Pokemon Company or anything like that. It's just they need to get their shit together.
We
And
love Pokemon.
we
and it's
we
love, but
only
we
say
fuck
what we
up.
say because we love the series that much. So that's it.
Oh my god.
God damn it.